Tier lists are completely irrelevant. Yeah, that's the video right there. You're already looking at this going D tier. Why are all my characters in D tier? That's because you're D tier. Wait a minute, it's all the dual laners. Ignore the D. The D is not a grade, it stands for dual lane now. So if you get this list, it's because you get the D. Bronze is a lawless wasteland. Anything and everything works here. The best characters here are the ones that you are most comfortable with. It's like the Three Stooges down there. All they have to do is pull this nail out from the wall. Here's a hammer, the best tool you could have for it, and you end up smashing the wall. Everything is destroyed except for the nail. I don't care if you use tweezers or dental floss. Just get it out, whatever you're better with. You can play anything from this D tier and the bank underneath. Anything goes here. But use bronze to test yourself mechanically. If you can't 1v5 at this rank, you're gonna have trouble. ADCs by nature can solo carry the entire game here. Supports, I would consider a change in role until a higher rank. Either that or a change in medication, because you are out of your mind if you want to support down here. And in Masters, the chart looks exactly the same for the exact opposite reason. In bronze, nobody knows what's going on, anything can work. In Masters, everybody knows what's going on, anything can work. Maybe that's where the massive egos come from, eh? I saw blah 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 playing this in Grandmasters and it worked. I did it in bronze and now I sexually identify as a Masters player. You and everybody else who lacks the ability to analyze a situation. Now we get to offend people. I know some are very attached to their characters. It's practically their personality. If I don't have your god included, or if I include them in something you don't like, it doesn't mean I don't like you as a person. There are other reasons for that. AMC, Ares, Artemis, Scotty, Sylvanas, Ymir, you know what they all have in common? They have no escapes. Yes, Ares has no escape as his ultimate, but he has no escapes. Gold, silver, you can't really 1v5 anymore, maybe 1v3, so you're gonna want to have some sort of an escape. Again, it's the characters, not the players. I trust Rainian's Ymir. He has the best Ymir in the business. I trust his Ymir. Your Ymir, if I don't know you and we're stuck at that level, I'm already writing out your eulogy. Oh Lord, we's gathered here today to remember lowercase x, uppercase x, 420 mixed swagger pants. He had big hopes, big ambitions, and an even bigger death count. But don't feel bad if you like these 6 characters. It doesn't mean that they're bad, it just means the other characters are relatively better equipped to do more with a lot less mental input. Athena, Cherno, Chiron, Kronos, and Kronos represents all mage ADCs in general here. Cupid, Fafnir, Ganesh, Geb, Khepri, Neith, Ram. I do not think these characters are bad, I just think they need a certain level of team coordination to bring out their full potential. There's no point in playing these characters just to be mediocre. The characters above them may not be better, they just don't require nearly as much synergy with teammates. These characters are great, if you're great with them, that's fantastic, but if one of your key complaints at your rank is people don't play around me, it's because they don't know how and you're stuck playing one of these characters. I don't really whip these characters out until about high plat. I love Rom, but I'll end up playing for a late game that may never come. And then for supports, you know the story. Team, I just taunted everybody, where are you? Yeah, don't expect follow-up. High plat into diamond, yeah sure, go for it. For the average player or somebody who's looking to start out, play one of the characters above. Now we're in the very help, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to play to get out of here. The characters I'm phasing out now require a higher understanding of how they work. Really, you have to be more intimate with them. If you're stuck in plat, you're thinking too much. You're playing one of these characters. Apollo's more about boxing, better positioning. You don't really burst people down, and global positioning as well with that ultimate, because in the late game team fights, you don't really have an ultimate to use. Ardeo actually doesn't have a team fighting ultimate. Why bother with all the stance switching when you can just flop and ult people? Cabrakan is the purest form of aggression when it comes to supports. Cerberus is also more aggressive than actually Supporty. Isanami's auto attacks are kind of funny. If you're good with them, okay, she belongs a bit higher for you, but if not, don't even bother. For Xingwei, you gotta use that passive. You gotta make use of that passive, and for that, you need to know rotations, you need to know when to farm properly. Good old Jorge Mungander also has to be used a bit differently. It's not really a support style of play, that's why you see him more in the mid lane, more in the solo lane. You have to know the minor intricacies in Kazembo's kit, but you also have to understand man-to-man coverage and when to sort of abandon your carries. Medusa's very burst style of play, very know when to give up your dash. Hachi does the same thing with his dash, but he still has his ultimate to get out. Terra's very intricate, has a lot of options. You can block with her stuff, or you could belly flop and ult somebody. For some reason, I haven't been including Ull, but this is where you would phase him out. He's not complicated, he's just mechanically intensive. You have to be able to play to make up for the fact that he has no teamfight ultimate. And after the dust has settled and everyone has left me for not including their favorite characters, these 4 are the 2 best ADCs, 2 best supports to get you out if you are stuck somewhere in what you consider to be your own elo hell. Funny thing is, it's all elo hell. Cernununus and Hoi do not have any form of crowd control immunities in their kit. Xbalanque does, but he hasn't been the same since the ult change. I do not want his ultimate back, I'm just saying he ain't performed like he used to. Bacchus, same thing, no immunities, he can be abused, and Horus, just because he's physical. Is that discrimination? I don't think so. These last 4 characters have everything you can ask for from an ADC and a support, and on top of all that, they are incredibly easy to play. No offense. If you're offended by that, I hope you were. No offense. Any duo laner worth their salt needs to know these 4 characters. If you're stuck in elo hell, these characters will help you out. If you're learning the role, these characters are fantastic. If you want to get to masters, these 4 are fantastic. These 4 will keep you out of the upside down grandmasters. Why no non-hunters and no non-guardians outside of Horus? Their playstyles are different, their builds are different. There's just more room for error the more you have to think about. Thank you for the 12k. I've probably gone and insulted everyone except the people who play these 4 characters, and maybe even them for calling it easy. Get out there and become the god you were meant to be.